Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got a video today from FBE Capital. This is a video from one of our own. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow. It's chow time. We kind of knew this from the title, but let's check it out.
When it comes to modern dating, girls love to tell you that you need a great profile, solid openers, and plan an amazing first date.
Yep.
But in reality, the guys they actually swipe on and sleep with do not give a fuck.
Trying to start a conversation. Hey cutie, how's your weekend? Shit in my mouth.
So this guy says to me, oh, well, I showed your Instagram to my roommate and he said, oh, she's pretty, but she looks chubby in her photos. On a date, on an actual date.
The most unhinged things men have said to me while we were dating. One, yeah, there's a girl in my bed, but I left her to have breakfast with you.
I just had the worst first date of my life. Date invited myself along with 2 other women so that he could speed up the process of finding his...
The man invited 3 different dates on one single date? Ruthless.
perfect 3-way.
So Liam messaged saying, and the award for the biggest forehead goes to...
His opening message to me, I eat ass.
Do you like to be punished?
So, I was talking to this guy and he was literally ticking every single box.
It was a really hot guy that I matched with on Hinge.
He was good looking.
He has a driver and it was a really nice car.
Too good to be true, right? He rang me up and he was like, I've just noticed your profile picture and I can see on your profile picture that you've got a child. Why would I want to speak to anyone who had little cock blockers?
Yep, that's right. Hot guys do not give a f. But ironically, it is women who let them get away with it over and over again.
And I make my cute little profile like, oh, hi, I'm Morgan. Tee. And he's like one of the first ones that pops up. And he's gorgeous. Oh my God.
Of course he is. It's one of the first ones that popped up. You guys only swipe on gorgeous looking men.
See, she picked the hot dude just for being hot, not because of some great bio and not because he planned a great first date.
So we pull up to this bar and this thing is like a hole, like a rat hole.
No personality.
When he's talking, all I hear is like, oh, football, frats, b****s and skanks.
And being rude as f***.
Got his hand on my legs, I'm telling the story, he cuts me off in the middle of me telling my story and he goes, I just want you to know, you're not my person. And so I was like, in my head, I'm sitting like, why would he just cut me the f off to say that?
Yep, this is what happens when women complain about men being trash. By the way, spoiler alert, he still f***ed the shit out of her later that night.
I'm not gonna tell you all the rest because like, I will be banned, but my God, what a night.
And so you see, the dating...
Even with all of that, still complaining, but still slept with him that night, right? This is where black pillars are probably gonna be like, yeah, we were right. It's all about looks. You can't do anything else about looks. You're somewhat correct, right? But there is an aspect of game, which I don't like, but you can play game on women and get them to like you and understand things with you too. But looks is a big thing.
The market is absolutely but the reality is, it's women who are rewarding this type of bad behavior.
And all I can think is, you catfished me and now you drop this bombshell and you still expect me to date you? Are you insane? But I kept dating him.
Yeah.
So why the hell would any of these guys ever change? Since if you have access to a buffet of pussy while being an asshole,
a Hinge notification pops up on his phone, like for everyone to see. It was like clearly out there. We both literally looked at it and then looked at each other, and then he carried on talking to me as if nothing had happened.
Then what's the incentive to treat any of these women with some basic level of respect? I mean, you can just tell them to their face to submit and obey.
To submit and obey to me. That is a direct quote.
And he's like, you know, you just need to be quiet and let me take the lead. You don't have to pretend to be someone you're not.
And then he was like, also you should know that anal is amazing on MDMA. And I was just like,
oh my God. Please drop a like if you think that these guys absolutely do not care anymore. And comment.
I mean, I'm not good looking. I don't care anymore either. I act just like these guys. Obviously, don't get the same results as these guys, but I act the same way. It's just not worth the time and effort if they're not even willing to reciprocate majority of the time.
Comment down below what you think. Now you just know that these women are gonna say that all men are trash, and that is why dating sucks right now. But we all know that the majority of men would never talk to a woman like that. But women are not dating the majority of men. They are only dating a small subsection.
So he picks me up, he's not bad looking, he has a nice car, he's pretty tall. Okay.
And so clearly, if you are an average guy, you need to get off the dating apps ASAP because they are a waste of time, waste of money.
I did pay, unfortunately, for Bumble Premium. It was hard. So I did 1 week, which I think was $29.99.
And there's so many better options to get dates as an average looking dude. And I might make a separate video breaking all of this down.
You should.
But in this video, it's all about hot guys up the dating market and the women who let them. So instead, I'll throw in some fuckboy tips at the end just for funsies if you want to try it for yourself.
Let's plan to go on a date, like when you want to come down. And he was like, oh, is it okay if I stay over? And I was like, we all know what we're here for. Yes, you can stay over.
Anyways, before we get into all of that, let's get back to the brutal reality of hot guys rampaging through the dating market, leaving a trail of emotional damage.
And I don't know, I just feel like in this day and age, in this generation with the apps and blah, 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 all that kind of stuff, I just feel like it's hard. It's hard. I think it's hard. I think dating now is very hard.
If one more person says to me, don't worry, it'll happen when you least expect it, I have no expectations anymore. None. All I expect is trauma and lessons.
Now the guys that are causing all of this mess are drowning in pussy so much to the point that they don't even care about showing up for the date, and these girls just keep waiting there until they feel so embarrassed that they just want to cry.
You don't leave someone sitting alone waiting for you for 40 minutes. Like, I almost...
Shut the fuck up. Like, you women don't do that to men constantly. How many men are waiting an hour for you just to get ready to even show up to the freaking car?
cried because I felt so embarrassed.
Yeah, that's not great. But sadly, it can always get much, much worse because this girl took 2 days off of work, traveled all the way from Queensland to Melbourne on a 2-hour flight to spend the weekend with some dude she was talking to for the past weeks, only for him to ghost her the minute she landed.
Damn.
He kept saying we need to catch up, and I was like, well, do you want me to come down Easter weekend? He said, absolutely. I landed this morning. We've been talking all day. I was meant to meet him this evening. I got all dressed up and ready to go. That was it. That was the last I've heard. Just vanished, poof, into thin air.
Ouch, that's gotta sting. But yeah guys, that's the reality. These are the type of men these women are swiping on and hooking up with, since no one actually gives a about your personality or charm when they are swiping on these dating apps.
Yep. Gilmore Girls? Oh, he got a Ferrari, Jenna.
Should I super like him?
Yeah.
We've matched a few times in the past. He's stunning.
My first impressions was, my lord, you are tall.
Who is Jack?
Oh, super like.
They all say they do, but in reality, they are all lying. Because when it gets time to actually swipe, respond to a message, and show up to a date, they all go for the hot guy. Remember the shit in my mouth girl?
Shit in my mouth.
Yep, that one. Now she did not instantly unmatch and block the dude, she actually responded,
What do you mean? What do you mean? So I just asked what drugs he was on tonight, and he didn't answer.
So he said something absolutely crazy, and he still got a response. While most men will never even...
On my dating apps, it's probably like 80 women, not a single response.
Can get a response to a friendly, hey, how's your day?
In any case, I would only get like 1 to 2 matches per month, and the problem is a lot of those didn't even transpire in the dates anyway, because sometimes I would send a message to them and I would never get a message back, and it would just kind of fizzle out from there.
And here's another one.
He said, LOL, I meant more the spoony, but sure, we can do a date. And I said, oh, you're just looking for someone to spoon. He said, that's exactly it. I said, oh, I'm looking for more out of this app. This guy's response.
Penetration, classic. So clearly, dating apps are respect, and if you can't beat them, join them and start fuckboying.
So if we look at our matches, we got 64 matches within 48 hours.
In any case, I would only get like 1 to 2 matches per month.
Because if you want to pump and dump like a hot dude and you don't have the looks, it is still possible, but you're gonna have to use some highly unethical methods. But
and this is where I don't really enjoy game, because obviously I'm not a super Chad in any way, shape, or form. So you do have to use a little bit more unsavory methods.
Very effective.
And I actually did have a decent amount of success, but for one reason only. I was forced to be someone that I wasn't.
Now, use them at your own risk, because I will not be responsible for any of the consequences resulting from applying these, okay? Since
not recommended for everybody.
I once had a dude,
I do not condone this,
who got his car totaled after I taught him how to bang a tall hottie, since it turns out she actually had a boyfriend. So yeah, any problems you get into, that's on you. Now again, I do not recommend doing any of this, and I think that if you want to date, you should try to meet a wholesome person off the apps.
Agreed. This is just for research purposes, guys. Research purposes.
Since that will lead to more fulfillment in life. However, if you want a glimpse into the life of a boy and are only interested in pumping and dumping, then listen up. First of all, nobody cares about your personality on these apps. Since you're not swiping on personality, you're swiping on looks.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
I would heart it for the dog.
Do it.
And second, which is the most important quality of being a successful boy, and that is to lie. Lie like your life depends on it. Because the true art of being an excellent boy is giving a girl exactly what she wants, even though you absolutely do not have it.
But he said, I love you, so it felt exclusive to me. Stupid.
You see, boys are working with an amazing body and a great face, and still they lie, which means that you have to lie even better and harder than a true boy. Because you're basically marketing a shittier product, and that is all this comes down to, basic marketing.
Yeah.
Which brings us to your dating profile. First up, lose the fat.
This is probably gonna be my number one advice of all night. You need better photos.
Sorry, there's just no way around this, since if you want to pump and dump like a true boy, you're gonna have to be lean.
He is tall and skinny.
Now you don't have to be bulky and you don't need a lot of mass, but you do have to be lean. So stop eating garbage, do push-ups and jump rope daily, and in 3 weeks you can
I actually just got a nice jump rope. I'm super excited about it.
easily lose a ton of fat and look a whole lot better than you do right now. If you can't do that for just 3 weeks, you can't be a boy. Okay, it's that simple. So now that you're nice and lean,
there's still work involved to be a fuckboy, guys. You just can't all of a sudden become a fuckboy.
edit the fuck out of your photos. Go outside and take a bunch of photos in different locations around the city. These don't have to be special, just have a coffee, sit somewhere, stare at a thing, point at a thing, do a thing. It really doesn't matter because we'll fix everything in post. Now, there's a ton of tutorials and apps out there on how to edit your photos. But don't just stop at fixing your face. Fix the background, fix the shirt, fix the sky, fix whatever you need to fix to make sure that this picture looks sexy as fuck, okay? Now, the goal is to look effortlessly sexy and affluent, not rich.
Damn. Okay, this is a lot more work than I'm willing to put in for sure. I hate editing photos.
Just very comfortable with your money. Trust me, subtle signs of affluence work 10 times better than ostentatious signs. Because now, you don't just look good, but your lifestyle also looks good. And you can easily bump yourself from a 6 to a 7 by losing weight and editing your photos, and you can bump yourself from a 7 to an 8 by editing your lifestyle. Perfect, now we actually have something to work with. And now we start swiping like a maniac. Don't worry about what the girl looks like, since you're still a baby at this and you need to get some flight hours in. It's a lot easier to talk a 5 or a 6 into giving you her number and set up a date than it is with the 8s and 9s. So you want to start practicing your conversation skills with everyone and level those up massively. Now, like I said, it's a lot easier if you actually travel a lot and live an interesting lifestyle, gaining a lot of general knowledge and interest, but if you don't, you just do what boys do and lie your ass off.
But he said, I love you, so it felt exclusive to me. Stupid.
Whatever she says, you connect with it and you add something awesome. So for instance, she's just back from visiting her grandma in Canada. Great, I love traveling, I'm going to Paris next week. You can teach me some French, let's meet up for drinks. Oh, you love cats? Here's my cat, Mr. Snuggles. Oh, you mean dogs? Sure, me too, here's Speedy. Doesn't matter. If she's super into eating organic and healthy foods, great. I just started making my own sourdough last week. Let's meet up for drinks and exchange recipes. It doesn't matter what she says, just make shit up and add to it. Now remember, nothing sexual.
That anal is amazing when empty, mate.
You're not that hot, okay? Leave that to the pros. But do step on the gas. We're not looking for a pen pal situation here. Just get her number, get off the app, and set up a date.
I have like a 1 week rule. Like I'll talk to somebody for 1 week, and if they haven't asked me out like on a date, I'm just like.
Plus, you're not gonna meet her in the daylight. No coffee dates, no lunch dates or walks in the park. No, just drink dates at night only, and always at the best bars in town. Which is obviously a lie. It's going to be a cheap, low-light bar.
And this thing is like a hole.
Which hides your looks and protects your bank account because you're just looking to pump and dump. When you get to the final stage,
Ruth sent you a message?
And you walk in that door of that cheap bar wearing your Timbos. Yep, I'm 6'2" and I still wear Timberlands all the time, since you can never be too tall as a guy. And so once she sees you, all she's gonna think is, he doesn't look quite as hot as I thought.
Oh, is that why they wear Timberlands? To give you extra height? I always wear just normal shoes, man. Damn, us short kings.
But he's kinda cute, he's got a bit of money, and he seems very interesting, so let's just see where this goes. That is where you let your charm and personality reel her in so you can blow her back out. This was Hot Guys Are Brutal on Dating Apps. Please drop a like on the video. And
I don't condone it, guys. Again, game is game. It's literally tricking the other person. There's very few things that you can genuinely do to be interesting or seem interesting other than lying majority of the time. Again, ChowTime 2.0, please subscribe. It's on down the description. I don't think you can search it, so just click link in the description. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.